Hello, this is going to be my video on fish food, mainly for cichlids, but also the other fish I have in my big 374 litre or just under 100 US gallon aquarium. Just to quickly show you the tank. Excuse all the particles. In traditional fashion, I've literally just done a water change and a filter clean, so there is particles I've missed just floating around everywhere. So that's my tank at the moment. In there I do have 2 parrot fish, 2 Blue Acaras, 1 female Jack Dempsey, 1 Green Severum, 1 Yellow Severum, 4 Clown Loaches and 2 Bristlenose Plecos. And yes, to get a good healthy stock of fish you need good food. I originally started off poorly, nothing against King British, but I just use traditional cichlid flake food, and growth was rubbish, colours were rubbish, they all went quite dull, and it just not very impressive at all. They just weren't growing. You get a lot of discoloration of the aquarium water, so that was a no. I had to do something about it. And this is kind of a mix of what I use at the moment along with a few other things. Right, let's start off with Hikari, and one that most people will know of or use already, and that's Cichlid Gold. A really good floating food. My 2 parrotfish love floating food in particular, and Cichlid Gold is one they just absolutely love, so couldn't be without it. And as you can tell, there's not a lot left. They just absolutely destroy that, and it's not too expensive neither. The second floating food that they've really taken to, which I was quite surprised by, is the Tetra Cichlid sticks. Now, I don't know if this is the best food in the world, because I did try using it before and it wasn't very impressive in coloration, but I think if you use that in conjunction with several other foods, then your fish will be happy. So most people in the UK will know of Tetra. So it's a good solid food, but I don't think I'd use it purely on its own. Then let's go on to New Life Spectrum. It's one of those New Life Spectrum, and as you can see, Northfin behind it. These two makes are the ones that are regularly mentioned on YouTube videos, especially by Americans or Canadian YouTubers, and it's due to their recommendations that I tested them really and started using them, and I have to say I'm so glad I did. Onto this one. This is New Life Spectrum medium fish formula, as you can well read. It's a 2 mil variety, and this is superb. I really am glad I got this fish food, because all of my fish, from the large parrots to the tiny clown loaches, love this food. And one of the biggest tests I could give this food was in this tank, because I have a very picky female Jack Dempsey who'd only eat bloodworms or tubifex, and lo and behold, female Jack Dempsey devours this pellet food. She's always rejected everything else, pellet or flake. You put it in, she'd take it in her mouth and spew it out everywhere, and detested it. Not the New Life Spectrum food. She loves it, so big thumbs up for this. And I have to say, since I started using it, there is a considerable amount of difference in growth and coloration. So tip top food, I couldn't be without it. Fish love it. Now onto the other New Life Spectrum food, and I have to say this is really new. So although I can't say about growth and coloration yet if it's anything like the other New Life Spectrum, which you'd think it is, then this is going to be cracking. This is the Thira Plus A, or I hope I pronounced that correctly, which has got garlic in it, and this is slightly bigger. It's the 3 mil version and not the 2. And garlic, as you're probably well aware, is the latest thing now, because it has a lot of health benefits for your fish, and they also like the taste. I have fed it to the tank over there, and the fish devoured it, including the female Jack Dempsey. So already passed the test day 1. They love it. So very happy to have that in the mix of fish foods I give. Now on to the Northfin. This is just a cichlid mix, again 3ml, and it's only recently been imported into the UK. I believe it was this year, I think. And again, it's on loads of YouTube videos, people were recommending it, and I have to say, in conjunction with New Life Spectrum, there's been real big growth with my fish, and the colorations are much better. The Gold Severum, the Parrot, as you'll see as I try to focus in the background, the colours have come back superbly, and the growth has been really impressive. So Northfin cichlid formula, top stuff. And again, that along and the Northfin and the New Life Spectrum, you're not spending a lot of money. The Northfin is 100 grams and the New Life Spectrum I've got here is 125 grams, and I think give or take, 2-3 quid. I think they're around about 10-12 quid each, so they're not expensive foods really for how long they kind of last. So yeah, I've been really impressed with Northfin and New Life Spectrum. Then onto Hikari again, and it's good old Algae Wafers. So this is obviously more aimed to my Bristlenoses and to some extent the Clown Loaches as well. The cichlids don't half love playing with it as well and hold it in their mouths, which is always quite interesting, especially if it gets stuck and you have to try and get it out. So like every Hikari food really, it's good quality, you know what you're getting, the fish will enjoy it, and you see this brand new packet completely sealed, but I've used this stuff loads before, and it's just good quality food, so that goes for itself, a nice easy one. So they're the foods I currently use, and I'm really chuffed. I am. Good quality. Generally, especially with the New Life Spectrum and the Northfin, you don't get that much discoloration of the aquarium water, which is lovely. So that's what I use. It'd be interesting to get your feedback on and your suggestions on what you use on your fish. What do they enjoy feeding? Do you get good growth? Do you agree with my choices? Just leave it in the comments. It'd be good to read what you guys are feeding your fish and how successful you've been.